Hey, everybody. Let's get started on what looks to me like one of the easiest CPM assignments we've done in a while, especially if you're doing my warm-ups. There's a lot of problems in here that look like they will be totally easy. All right, who do we want to be today? Let's zoom out a little bit, get a little bit more on this camera because I'm running out of room here. I want to be able to get both questions in. I hate to have the paper be this guy, but you know what? Got to show some respect for the old man. Tom Brady. He's in the Super Bowl. How old is that guy? Man, he has been beating the teams I root for years. Going to have to root for the Chiefs against him. And the Chiefs, they're in the same division as the Raiders. How crazy is that? Yeah, not a good year to be a Super Bowl fan for me. All right, what do we got here? We got CPM 5.2.1, second half of the chapter 5 already. What's the date? Today is February 2nd, right? 2-2 Tuesday. Oh, gotta love that. 2-2 Tuesday. Yeah. You know why Tuesday is the favorite day of math teachers, right? It's the only one named after a number. Yeah, you gotta love that, huh? All right, we're doing 5-4-8 through. I'm gonna write the word through this time. Can't put a dash because the dashes are in the numbers. 5-52. Okay. And 5-48 is the first one. It says here that Ethan decided to give 10% of his income to charity. How nice is Ethan? That's kind of cool, huh? 10% of his income to charity. And he wrote down the following calculation, okay, for this month. And the calculation he wrote was 1526 times 0.01 or 0.1. 1526 times 0.1. And your job is to explain why that's a good way to figure out 10% of his income, which was, we're assuming, is $1,526. Okay. And explain and tell how much he should donate. Okay. So there's two parts of that. And I'm going to have you do that. I'm just going to give you two hints. Okay. The first hint is portions web. And the second hint, I'm going to write out, what does of mean in math? Okay, of in math, what does that mean? Okay, because that's an important thing. If you don't know this yet, write it in big letters on your paper, and maybe even on in your composition book, or maybe even get a Sharpie out, write it in your hand. Okay, of means multiply. Okay, so we were talking about 10% of his salary, and we're assuming his salary, how much money he made, is $1,526, right? So the two hits for you, portions web and of means multiply, okay? That's your hints on that one. Now, 5-49 says Melissa wants to resod her yard. That means she's going to replace the grass. And her backyard has a rectangular lawn area that measures 24.5 feet by 18 feet, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and draw that. Draw a rectangle. Doesn't have to be exact, but we're going to say this is 24.5 feet, and this is 18 feet. Now, I don't know if you know, that is the abbreviation people use for feet and inches. If you were 5 feet 6 inches tall, you would say 5 feet 6 inches. That's the abbreviation of inches. Kind of cool to know that. You don't have to write out inches and feet or even FT. All right, so that's the big part of her backyard. Her front yard has two rectangles. One is 18.5 by 14.5. This is 18.5. Okay, by 14. It's a little bit. We're going to say this is 18.5 feet and 14 feet. And the smaller one, by the other side of the driveway for my yard, is 12.5 by 14.5. 12.5 by 14.5. Man, they have these. Oh man, glad I checked that. You don't know if it's half. Okay, 12 and a half by 14 and a half. So we're going to say 14 and a half, and this time it's only 12 and a half. All right, so the question they're asking is how many square feet of sod does she need? And she'll all work. So you need to get the area of 3 rectangles and add them together. Okay, and there is a shortcut that you could use to get 2 of them together, but I'm not going to show you that. I'm going to see if you figured it out. Go ahead and remember to get the area of something. It's length times the width for a rectangle. So if this was 6 times 6 feet by 8 feet, right? That would be area is 48 square feet. Okay, 6 times 8. You're doing the same thing. Tricky because you got some fractions in there, right? All right, leave some room for you to work on that, but easy enough. Now, if you're doing my warm-ups, this next problem, super easy, right? Super easy. Without using a calculator, it says. That means they think you can do that in your head. Okay, what is 4/100? And if it's written next to that parentheses, next to the 7/10, then what you're doing, you're multiplying. Okay, if there's nothing, no operation written in there, you're going to multiply. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the big dot for the times sign. You got to figure that out. All right, how about B? 1 8/10 times, I'm going to put the times sign. It's not there, but you can put it there if you're a little confused till you learn that that's what it means. Okay. All right, you can just figure that out. You know how to multiply decimals. You've been doing it every day in the warm-up, or have you? Hopefully, you've been doing it every day in the warm-up. Remember, you do the warm-up, the homework's easy. Do the warm-up and the homework. Tests are easy. When you work hard, life is easy. When you take it easy, life is hard. Okay. All right, 551. More of those rope problems. I like these because these end up being algebraic equations. 4 pieces of rope of unknown length but equal length and 10 more feet of rope are attached together. So all of them attached together. Okay. I'm going to say, there's your 4. There's your 10. We don't know what this is. What do you want to call it? Huh? Okay. Let's call it M today. That's an M. That's an M. That's an M. That's an M. Okay. So I drew it. Now it says the resulting rope is 30 feet long. So M plus M plus M plus M plus 10 equals 30 feet. Okay, so we drew the diagram. That's A. I already did that for you. Oh my goodness, I'm supposed to have you do the work. I'm not supposed to do it for you. Hey, reward for those watching the video though, right? Right? Aren't you glad you watched? Now, how long is each of the pieces of the rope? That's not 10 feet. Show how you know. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and write an algebraic equation. It's not asking you to do this, but really what we have here is M plus M plus M plus M plus 10 equals 30. Now, M plus M plus M plus M. Is there another way of writing that? Yes, there is. M times 4. And really, if I get rid of that 10, this is what I'm trying to find out, what each of those M's are, right? Well, if I get rid of that 10, how far is it from here to here? Well, a lot of you are saying, oh, it's 20 feet. How did you do that? I'm going to show you. You in your head did algebra, right? You said that your goal was to isolate the variable. Let's get the M all by itself on an island, right? Isla, right? You learn to speak Spanish, you learn to speak Mathish, you learn what isolate means, all right? Because we want the M all by itself. So if I want to get rid of first that plus 10, right, then there's not as much stuff on that side of the equal sign. right? On the island, right? How do you get rid of a plus 10? Well, you do the inverse operation, which is minus 10. But if I do it to that side, you better do the same exact thing to both sides, right? Do the same thing to both sides. So what you did is you decided that these cancel out. All you have is m times 4 for those m's, and that equals 30 minus 10, 20. Okay, so if 4 of these things equal 20, what's one of those things? Again, some of you are probably doing that in your head, right? But I want you to do the inverse operation of times 4, which is, and if you do it to one side, do it to the other. Do me a favor, when you're done with this, since I did most of the work for you, okay, go back and take that answer and substitute it in and see if it works. Okay, that's what you should do in all these anyway. 5-5-2, what are you doing here? Oh my goodness, how hard is this? Portions webs, 1/4 on that one. Portions webs, 19/25. Man, I don't want to do the middle on that. You remember in the middle, you got to either draw a picture or write it in words. 3/2. And the last one, 3/8. And I got to tell you, if you did the warm up today, right? If you did the warm up at 3/8, I accidentally did that one twice, right? Do the warm up. Homework's easy. Do the homework and the warm up test are easy. All right, that's enough for today. I think you're going to cruise through this. It's going to be easy. You're going to say, oh man, all homework is that easy. All right, have a good rest of your day. Do it early. Try to finish it, and then you can go see your teacher for help in the afternoon if you need it.